Sim. Aham. Welcome everyone, this is Superfern here, and today I will be streaming the next Booyah Booyah tournament in English for all to enjoy. We are just a few minutes away from beginning our first match, which will be in between Team Small Fry versus Splat Squad. If anyone watched the stream yesterday, you might have seen both teams fought in a Seashell Tower Controls uh, tournament. I don't remember if they fought against each other and we managed to stream them, but it's gonna be very cool to see both teams fight now on the next edition. In just a few seconds I will be explaining what's the difference in between both of the tournaments and what style, like kind of what's the difference between this tournament from the one from yesterday. But it's a little bit more of a chill tournament compared to yesterday's in a simple way. Now I'm just waiting for Small Fry or Splat Squad to open the room, and we will be able to start pretty soon. Okay, we just joined the room. We're just a few seconds away from the match to begin. We'll just be announcing the maps. It's gonna be so basically this tournament is a round A, round B, and the best tournament, the best winner of the winner of round A will face the winner of round B in a best of 5 matches. All of these matches are best of 3, and the last one is round 5. And we are off. We have Small Fries as green team. We have Splat Squads as purple team. These are their gears. And it's the only Rainmaker tournament. Personally, I'm gonna be honest, Rainmaker is considered by most the most kind of cheesy or luck-based because you can easily lose lead and get a win in less than a few seconds compared to other modes like Splat Zones, Power Control, and Clam Blitz. Does Clam Blitz have elements of Rainmaker that does make it a little bit feasible? Yes, the Rainmaker is considered even more feasible. As we can see, Splat Squad has a notorious lead of 37 points in less than a minute of match just because of a single push. Now Small Fry has to basically recover first controlling mid and make a notorious push so they can as well make a good push. And they do so with only the Carbon Roller being alive, and the Carbon Roller takes down the Rainmaker. A little bit more aggressive on the Carbon Roller as we try to stop, but they don't pay attention enough for the Rainmaker, and Small Fry manages to score a little bit more points with the Rainmaker over the Clam Blitz back. But Squad has everyone alive. Splash Squad is missing with a little bit more points to score, and they get stopped by the roller that managed to do a very good trade over there. The hammer is popping up the Rainmaker, but unfortunately, it's just gonna buy a little bit more points if it ends up just scoring stopping any more pushes from Splash Squad. Always getting started by that flat bomb over mid, you know it's wrong. He ends up going for the flank to the left side. The roller is trying to pressure the Rainmaker as much as they can. It is successfully with the push and manages to get the trade with the ends up throwing a suction bomb over the Rainmaker shield. Nice strategy. It's interesting to see their comps. They're using double splash down and double armor. Now the Sploosh has the advantage with the speed, but sometimes it's not much of a good weapon to picking up the Rainmaker, because I consider the Sploosh to be the weapon that works as a distraction or works more as a flank. And by picking up the Rainmaker, you lose aggression in your team. But if your NZAP players or roller players can just keep up with the same aggression, then the Sploosh can be the designated Rainmaker, but it depends a little bit more of the combo of the team. That was a weird play coming from the Carbon Roller, but he just successfully stopped another push from Small Fry, and they lose control of mid very quickly. The bunker. It survives the splashdown. It's a 1v1 between the Sploosh and the Carbon successfully takes both with the rain and just a single flick of the Carbon. to avoid getting even more pressure, but not enough. The control of the map is still on the hands of Splat Squad. Can they still, can Small Fry still turn this match around and win the game? In less than 30 seconds, they still have a lot to do. And the Ruler just stopped the Rainmaker with a single push with the help of the Curling Bomb and the Screw. It's another wipe from Splat Squad. Small Fry needs to respawn fast and stop the Rainmaker and get it again. They can still win it in overtime if possible, but it's gonna be a KO. GG's to Splat Squad. Map number 2 is going to be Snapper Canal, and then later is going to be Anchovy Games if Small Fry manages to win, because this is a best of 3 game. And different from yesterday, we have to keep an eye for the the next rounds, so the other teams also have a chance to play on the stream. Unfortunately, it's just a little bit of a setback, but I have to keep watch even more over Discord to see if anything is happening with the other results. I would say that what made Splat Squad victorious on that match was basically they waited for the coordination of the push. Necessarily, you don't have to pick up the Rainmaker that fast, and because I have the control over the camera and I can see well, I would say that every time Splat Squad got the Rainmaker, no one could actually touch the Rainmaker, while Small Fry got their hands on the Rainmaker and easily got splatted. Game 2, round 1, these are their sets. Now we see that Small Fry is changing for the respawn punisher Death Squelcher. I understand the strategy, but remember that the respawn punisher is a double-edged sword. You could easily get yourself punished because of the gear you were using. The roller is already flanking not flanking, but on Small Fry's base, basically pushing as much as they can. They don't see the Rainmaker pushing it. It gets to 7 points in less than a minute as well, just as last match, because of the NZF not paying attention to the Rainmaker that's in the neutral. That's what has been missing. It's using to pop the Rainmaker and the roller, but it has to watch very careful to not get flanked by this Flute and Carbon. The suction bomb basically kills, splats the okay, that was a good one, because the raising shield of the Rainmaker was getting big and the suction was just laying over there, and because they were trying to increase to pop it, the suction bomb gets the splat unintentionally. And that's gonna be it. Splat Squad gets a 2-0 over Small Fry. This is it for round 1. We're gonna be moving in for round 2. I'll see you guys in a second because I'll have to be watching Discord in the meantime. Hi Lolly, hello Lolly. Vanji? Is that how you pronounce it? Hello, how are you today? We're just joining in for the Booyah Booyah Tournament Rainmaker Edition. Why so sad? What happened? Oh, hello. Hello again. Yes. Okay. my team lost. It's a shame. Don't worry. You get them next time. Just need to practice and keep your head clear of any distractions next time. It's just a matter of practicing and keeping your head chill. But it happens. I think one of the tips I can give to small fry for next games is that you guys had a lot of turf control with double end zap, but the problem is that the roller was easily breaking through your lines, so it was just doing a lot of damage, mostly with the end zaps and the jet squelcher. I believe I don't remember who Dundon was on the last match. Maybe he was the roller, right? But yeah, don't worry. This is a learning experience. You just need to keep your head chill. Remember what you learned, and then try to replicate it so it doesn't happen again. One of the advice I can also give to you all is that some teams are just finding coaches to basically help them. Is like someone would watch the scrim you guys are having with another team, and then it will give like a feedback for you, because he has the control of the camera and he can also see what is everyone doing. I believe there is two things you need to improve to get better. First one is positioning. No, actually three things. First one is positioning. Second one is learning matchups against weapons, and third one is 1v1, knowing when to engage, like going back, forth, left, and right. It's hard to express how you do. On my case, if I were to teach most, it would be only for backlining. And but like if I were to play other weapons, I would essentially be more of a feel more than something that I could teach. So I'm not good at coaching, but I am good at least giving small advices, I believe. Anyone can correct me if I'm wrong. Now we're just waiting on Bootleg versus Team New BR. There's gonna be round 2 of Group B. They're just creating the room shortly. We have the password already. A very guessable password. I can't be coach. I am being coached by my own team later on, not today but tomorrow, and I can only teach the backlining skills, but like it also relies on people knowing how to frontline as well. So unfortunately, I can't. Sorry, Vanji. Sorry, Lolly. We're just a little bit short. There is 3 people missing from the room. We'll be starting the second round from Group B shortly. Keep on tight. We have 7 rounds compared to yesterday's tournament, so this is gonna go for at least 4 hours. I mean, maybe less because it's not play out 3, it's best of 3 this time. Let's talk a little bit about the maps. Let's see. So we have for round 2 Sturgeon Shipyard, as you people can see, New Albacore Hotel and Humpback Pump Track. Now, Sturgeon Shipyard is interesting map because you have 2 possible routes, with a third one depending on how well the enemy team is down. I would say the most normal routes are through the box, jumping from it to the to your left, according to the enemy's team push, and through the uninkable over on the right side. Now, if the bridge is raised, it is also an alternative to try pushing in from above, so it is very noticeable where is the enemy team located, so you can easily take them down. But it depends as well on how many have your team splatted in order to begin the push, and who is alive from that team. But unfortunately, once you go to bridge or spinner, you have 2 options remaining, which leaves the third one that I didn't mention, which is the sponge. The sponge will give you the most points once you make the jump and touch the ground, but it is a little bit hard to pull off. But it is a doable push nevertheless. Starting, we have 3 brushes from NeoBR, and technically a lot of pain coming from bootleg, but it's gonna be a matter of positioning yourself and getting the first class over the match to stop the push. With 2 brushes down, Team NeoBR doesn't have any ink in order to look to move and start surviving the pushes from bootleg, and that got a self-explanatory once the K-Pro got a triple over on a brush with the help of the dynamo over on this side. But unfortunately, bootleg didn't manage to coordinate that push and was left alone, and the Rainmaker and got stopped by Team New York with only the brush and the K-Pro at the bottom. It's a wipe from bootleg. Now they have to pop up the Rainmaker, pick it up, and run as fast as they can while watching their backs, because the brushes have the ability to easily flank the enemy team. And the brushes on the snipe just easily take it down, and down goes bootleg and another wipe for the countdown of the stream. Pushing from the box, it is going to be tricky. They successfully do it. The dynamo doesn't get the hammer, but it gets the Rainmaker with the help of the heavy, and everyone goes down from Team NeoBR. They're gonna try pushing from the box as well. No one's over there. The heavy with the Rainmaker has the advantage to get the points. The brush tried to get it cooking, but the brush was just there waiting for the heavy to approach with the Rainmaker. They saw the landing, but unfortunately the Dynamo in the Ninja takes down another brush. It takes down the Rainmaker with it, and it's a reset. Now the Dynamo is now pushing in to avoid, and he gets a nice double. Now bootleg, someone has to pick up the Rainmaker and push it in from box while the Dynamo is protecting it. The Dynamo doesn't watch the brush coming from above, and the heavy with the Rainmaker gets in a position a little bit tricky. They do manage to get the splat over on the left. They get the lead. Nice waiting from the heavy with the Rainmaker. He had the alternative to go from underneath, but I guess waiting because it was a brush, it was the safest option nevertheless. I'm thinking with the Capo trying to contest the pop. They do get the reset, but they unfortunately get splattered by the Capo, and the Rainmaker is going to be there. And the splat bomb gets another splat. The brush is over on the right side. The Ray pushes him away. The heavy comes in to join. The object straddle with the heavy helps. Above the totem is one. They just need to do it, and they do it. Quotes from Super Fun. They just need to do it, and they do it. 2020. If you can think of another thing to say it, you can say it on chat and roast myself. Hi, Callie. Don't worry, Callie. You can swear here. I'm just chilling with another restricted Brazilian tournament. This one's a little bit different. Is way more chill, and it's only Rainmaker, so anything can go down this time. Now for my favorite, New Albacore Hotel. This is a good map for backlining, especially if you're a charger main, and that's why I love it. But the thing is that you have to keep your level of awareness, being the backliner, and do the most callouts as possible as you can in order to guarantee that you don't get flanked, and you can easily start doing a push. Now the pushes, the most recommended ones are through left beach and through bridge in mid. But unfortunately there is the third option, which is a little bit trickier, and it's sometimes just pulled off by the right circumstances. So it is not usually the most well recommended, nor the best. And because this is the backline map, it is not gonna be a fun time for the brushes. The CDS has a little bit more advantage, but it still is gonna be a pain for the brushes to move on this map. The pop goes, of course, to bootleg, since they can easily get to the shield given their longer range. The brushes are just spamming flat bombs because they are aware that they can't do anything given that they have shorter range. The Dynamo gets unfortunately stuck in a position that he cannot fight back, and the splashdown kamikaze brush tries to do a sneaky strategy, but the heavy and the K-Pro stops them before anything else could happen. I'm not saying that the push on the right bridge is not recommended. I'm saying that the push after the right bridge is not recommended. Nice avoiding the splashdown, but the Octobrush jumping from above just managed to get the splat over the ink brush. And another goes for Dynamo. It's only the L3. It gets the CDS, but unfortunately in between two brushes, the L3 is gonna go down. Without any control of lead, Team Neo BR grabs the Rainmaker and now has to avoid the Stingray, which they almost managed to do so, but the heavy was there to just get splash damage from the enemy, and the L3 gets the CDS. Once again, the Team NeoBR has no range to contest Bootleg's aggression, and it's only the Octoburst with the Ink Burst behind the Rainmaker shield. Nice avoiding this explosion, but unfortunately the Dynamo gets the kill. And the K-Pro finishes off with teamwork in between the Dynamo and the... Nice inkjet from Lina. Lina was yesterday the all-star from Bootleg, getting a 28 kill over the other best team over tower control matches. And let's just say 28 kills is amazing with the L3 these days to see. Also a heads up, Lina has repaired her controller, so that also explains that if you can manage to repair your controller, please do so, it will improve your gameplay drastically. According to her, she said that she could not turn back because going backwards was not working, so she had to turn the camera and then go back. But yeah, Rainmaker is kind of a pain if it's because it's kind of a fast game and it can be a 50-50, and this is gonna be it for round 2. It's another 2-0 best of 3. It's not play all 3. Now we're gonna wait for round 3 to start. It's gonna be between Splat Squad, the team we spectated on round 1, versus Queen, that is S Queen. I don't know if that was a pun for like yes Queen or not, but yeah. It is a good name. Let's go over the round 3 matches. The maps. We have for the next round 3 out of 7 Moray Towers, Rainmaker, Skipper Pavilion, and Wahoo World. I wasn't the one that chose these maps, I'm just reporting them. Moray Towers and Rainmaker. Oh boy. Moray Towers and Rainmaker is one of the most despised mode and map of the whole Splatoon community. Most people consider it very trashy because once you manage to put the Rainmaker on Overlook, if you get a wipe and the enemy team manages to take the lead, it is quite a painful and extremely boring job to get the lead back. But yeah, the easy 40 points lead, I think it's 45, 42, something around that. But yeah, Moray Towers on Rainmaker. I think I actually burped a little bit because of that, because it's so disgusting how this map is kinda... Oh, be right back. Sorry about that. The lunch has arrived and the doorbell has a nice tone. We're waiting on Splat Squad to still, sorry, not Splat Squad, S Queen to finish their match uh, to begin the next round. We're still waiting in the lobby, unfortunately. So how has everyone been so far? Para como depois. Stream snack aqui. Okay. Yeah, we have the confirmation of the room being up. We are just a few minutes short from S Queen to finish the match. I'm gonna be joining the room shortly just to keep track, and in the meantime you can enjoy your new net, Kali. How so? Can you actually stream now? Because you have a capture card, don't you? Sorry, my phone was ringing. Apparently I have to pay rent.
I like to see one of the good things about this tournament, and I say one of the best, is that am able to see everyone that is playing on one single server voice chatting. Everyone has their own room. Of course, not everyone can actually join everyone's room, but it's nice to see that. It's nice to see many people playing with just the voice chat. It's actually a little bit wholesome. S Queen has just finished their match. Um, we have we should see them joining anytime soon. It is also a little bit more difficult for me to follow up the results because this is not being done over any challenge or battle fight, but um, yeah, it is a little bit tricky to keep track because they were just sending the results through Discord. You can also ask me, Callie, how to set up. For goodness sakes, I'm the one streaming this and you asking Canon, just Canon? Damn, I feel hurt. Let's just leave this here so you all can appreciate how Rainmaker looks awful. I also think the map is very gray. Fair enough, I'll allow that. Okay, I'm gonna join the S. So we had a little bit of miscommunication between the teams and where they were communicating between themselves. The They had a room up, but they were not talking in the same place as me and the other team were. So they had a room up waiting for us to join, and etc. etc. Everything gets fizzy and confused, and here we are waiting for them to join. Now that that was explained, they can easily join. I'm curious, can I actually do this? Yeah. Oh, this is an image. Doesn't work. We have them all here after how much time was that? An eternity. Anyway, Murray Towers. The overlook is basically where every team is gonna try pushing. It is sometimes recommended for you to go over the enemy snipe, but it takes a little bit more skill since you are going underneath where they usually drop, so it becomes more of a challenge pushing through the snipe because you actually have to go either the zip line, no, sorry, not zip line, but over the wall that leads straight to the Rainmaker last hallway path. We have Splat Squad with Carbon and Bucket. We have Neo Clash. We have K-Pro Jr. and Clapos. These are their gears. I assume that the Clash Blaster will be the one trying to pick up the Rainmaker because that doesn't excuse the amount of run speed the Clash is using. But also, the Object Shredder, I believe it was because of the intention that the Splat Bomb would shred the Rainmaker ship faster. We can go over their snipes. It's only the K-Pros trying to stop the Splat Squad push over their snipes. It's only the Bucket with the Rainmaker. The Clash gets the Splat. And now it's time for S-Queen to start pushing in with the Rainmaker. They throw a torpedo, but it falls off the map, unfortunately. The Clapos trying to push in from their snipe. It gives them the opportunity. The Clapos does go down, and it's just the Rainmaker trying to survive with the help of the K-Pro. Finally, the CBS managed to take down the Rainmaker and help the Sploosh with another kill. Pushing in now, the Splat Squad goes down with a well-placed Splat Bomb over from S-Team. Here comes another Splat Bomb kill, and they are not paying much attention to where they're throwing those Splat Bombs. The Sploosh is actually being very aware of that, and is using to his own favor. It's only the K-Pro alive. He's thinking of using the hammer, but he's just basically keeping the K-Pro away. The hammer doesn't get popped just yet to stop the K-Pro, but the K-Pro does go down. With 33 points, is a very good push over from Splat Squad, and S-Queen has to be careful not to get a white squad trying to come back from the spawn. The K-Pro gets one. There's two overrun overloads. It goes down to the Carbo and the Sploosh working to Splat Bomb. Everyone just going down to one after the other. This is all crazy over here. One pushing in from their snipe over from Splat Squad. No, it was just a mistake. Another Splat Bomb trying to push away the Rainmaker. It doesn't get splat with the bomb, but it does get splat with the bucket. The bucket doesn't have enough range to pop it unless the shield is quite big. I thought they actually had the Rainmaker, but at the end it was the Sploosh carrying the Rainmaker. No, not the Sploosh, CDS, sorry, I saw the Splat Bomb, I got confused. Bucket and Carbo pushing in from their snipe, trying to get control of Overlook. Here comes the K-Pro trying to get the Splat kill, get the double. The Rainmaker is climbing in over the Overlook. It's having a little bit some difficulties, I believe. It finally climbs it. The Bucket is the one trying to keep the amount of pressure over their token. It does go down, but they managed to take all the way to 6. It's only the Clapos, and the Clapos with another kill Splat gets the double. Clapos trying to push it in a little bit too aggressive. Just fainting attack on the Rainmaker, but the Bucket is over there, and the Bucket doesn't win the 1v1, and the Clapos gets another one for his kill streak. Now everyone's trying to overlook that. Splat Bomb is gonna do some damage. The Junior is just trying to pop another set of armor for their teammates, but it's not paying as much efficiency as they could be. It throws the bomb away over the zipline and it doesn't get popped. The Rainmaker is trying to activate the zipline, but it doesn't work quite well. S-Queen pops up the missile, but he gets flanked by the Sploosh from behind. The Sploosh picks up the Rainmaker only to buy a little bit of time. It's less than a minute remaining of the match. It goes down to the Clapos. And the Clapos trying to get another kill streak, but the splashdown might actually... I actually was expecting the shield to break and get a splash the Clapos, but that doesn't happen, and it just buy a little bit more time for Splat Squad, for S-Queen, but Splat Squad doesn't care and is just taking the Rainmaker back again because no one from S Queen was watching the Rainmaker, and now comes the Clash trying to stop the Rainmaker, but with only 5 seconds remaining, they have the overtime. It's just gonna take a lot of effort to wipe the enemy team and push the Rainmaker. You see both the Junior and the K-Pro standing still on the same spot in different times of the game. The aggression coming from S Queen is very low compared to Splat Squad. Here comes the flank over the edge of the map. The CDS gets the splat with the help of the Sploosh, I believe. And first game is gonna go to Splat Squad. S Queen has a lot of coming up for the next map in order to guarantee the third game. Don't worry, Junior. Movement with the splatter shot, Junior, comes along with the more you play the game. Don't worry about that. We're gonna go for the second map, which is Skipper Pavilion. And if all goes well, we're gonna go for the third match on Wahoo World. Second match starting, we have over S Queen, Flinger Roller, Junior, Bob, and Gal, and the same set from before. Here comes the flank over the 52 Gal over the left. We don't see it quite yet, but I believe they had no ink, and that's why the Gal survived that long. But it's understandable. It's understandable the flank and everything. It was just a little bit weird because I actually thought I was gonna DC because that's something that happens when I use DC. I don't see any shots. Splat Squad has the advantage. The Junior dropped and he doesn't see the bucket just behind him. The bucket gets another splat over the Flames Aurora. It's down now to Splat Squad, but the Rainmaker goes down to the blob. Well thrown blob from the blob. Gets another splat. And it's now time for S Queen to start their own push. This seems to be a little bit more of an aggressive match coming from both teams, but it still seems to be more of a one-sided coming from Splat Squad over S Queen. The missiles get popped, but they don't seem to be much aware of where he was going to throw the missile. Control of turf is still on the hands of Splat Squad. S Queen seems to be stuck at their base, and it doesn't seem to be able to coordinate a good counter push for stopping Splat Squad. So S Queen is just a little bit stuck on their own base. With the hammer popping in, they will have to take a little bit more defensive damage. The bomb gets thrown off the edge, and it doesn't stop the Raven, and that is gonna be 2-0 for Splat Squad. That's it for round 3. We're gonna be joining in round 4. Now we're waiting for the next match to begin. It's gonna be in between Team NeoBR versus Splatocalypse. Luckily, Splatocalypse is not a trademark from the Splatoon team, so I fucking got muted again. Thank you, Callie. Anyway, what I wanted to say that if anyone's gonna rewatch this later, um, well played from the sloshing machine, not splash down before the. Well, it seems that the connection here seems to be a little bit unstable, so let's just recap what we saw. The sloshing machine was quite smart, standing back and not using the splashdown to trying to get the pop with the Rainmaker and using it to get the splats after the Rainmaker shield was popped. Now, what the brushes could have done, because they were the two ones alive, was not pick up the Rainmaker, and one of them had to either go from above or flank the sloshing machine, because they knew the sloshing machine was the only one alive. Given so, Spoltacalypse was going to feed jumps So yeah, the brush had to go for the flank, while the other one was by the Rainmaker watching if the sloshing machine decided to go for the pick, and Sharky for the ink brush was the better option. Now what I don't understand is why on my screen the room has not crashed, while they said they already crashed the room. Better said than done. Last but not least, talking about the flank, not the flank, but like when Team Neo BR was pushing, the blaster was having a little bit of issue, tried to stop, so I don't know if that was just like missing problems or just just lag, but definitely it was a struggle, and the blaster would have gotten the splat over the Rainmaker. What else? Oh yeah, you have to, once you see that one of the enemy teams is using the hammer on Rainmaker, that goes much better with the sploosh, like because it's more common. But even with the Octobrush, it is being used to basically pop the Rainmaker shield, but they're already considering that the Rainmaker carrier is gonna get splatted, and they're gonna use the explosion from the Rainmaker shield with the hammer to get a second push after the first one. So that's something to be considered when fighting people with hammers on Rainmaker, especially on close corridors as it is for macro. We're just waiting now on the room to be recreated again. We have it. We're gonna go for game 2, Gobi Arena. Now, this is not actually a good map for most people, especially Rainmaker, because it's so weird. Although it was designed. Hi, New Mepon, how are you today? Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, so back to Gobi Arena Rainmaker. It is, I mean, Rainmaker is already kind of a iffy mode for most people, not necessarily the best. But Gobi, it's just such a weird map because like the stairs are uninkable, so it makes it so slow, and flanking here, according to most people that I know, is kind of hard to do, so it becomes more of a slow map, and I see why most Rainmaker matches on this map always take 5 minutes. And I see why people don't like this map mode too often. So now we are 1-0 for Splatocalypse, and I don't see Team Neo BR changing comms anytime soon. So I believe we're gonna see Triple Brush once again. Hello Rick Zera, how are you today? Thank you for joining the stream. Hope you can witness a lot of Octobrush stamping left and right, and I'm now double checking if my stream is actually transmitting the match and my microphone is fit. Yeah, it is. We're not seeing Triple Brush, but we're seeing Triple Hammers with the Sploosh joining in from Team Neo BR. We're seeing Blob, Hero, and Octobrush as well. You see a little bit of black fire coming from the room. That is expected. Here comes the first hammer with a little bit of delay, and
I don't know what just happened over there, but it was a little bit funny. And Quatropolis is just 20 points away. It gets the flag with the what? Jesus Christ, this match is so laggy. And Team UBR stops the pushes and now they're trying to die. And here comes another hammer from Splataka. Oh, I see. This Splush from Team UBR has disconnected. Let me have a double look for the rules because I don't remember about this one. Yeah, there are no rules for disconnections, no rematch at all. Once the player DCs, that's it. So, Splatocalypse has the upper hand not only with points, but with the amount of inklings and offlings alive on their battlefield. Splashdown doesn't get the Octopus quite well, and with the 2v1 from the Octopus and the Hero, it goes down quite easily. This is gonna be a struggle because not only their comp relies specifically on the switch to things, Team NeoBR can't do anything because the Octopus can do. Can't change and can't flank and can't push. So it's just a matter of time for when Splatocalypse KOs again. And because they won the first match, they won't be getting in the
Hello, Gang Gaba. How are you today? Yeah, that lag is absurd for sure. That it is explain why the CC2 nevertheless. Although I'm gonna say it's at least quite funny seeing a lot of hammers being popped left and right and just how the hell wait. I don't understand this match. This is like just the laggiest match I have ever seen and the hammers just make it look funny. Washing machine takes control of the right basket. It doesn't go down to the Octobrush. It goes down now. It almost gets the direct with the washing, but it's not gonna be enough. Once again, Team UBR is stuck on their base, trying to push away Splatocalypse from their spawn. They barely have enough turf to push. Just as an idea, you guys, everyone can see above the amount of kills just one of the Octobrushes is doing while compared to other weapons. I feel bad for the K-Pro. I do honestly feel extremely bad for the K-Pro. I don't think I saw a single ink being dropped from the K-Pro, and I don't think it's fair with the weapon at all. But okay, it is a double shot, but still, you're gonna die to the Maker shield if you don't want it back. Great, Zapdos, please have mercy on both of these teams. Look at this. I'm gonna do this, honestly. I'm just gonna leave with the K-Pro a little bit. I wanna see a little bit more relaxed. I have no idea what just happened. I legit have no idea what just happened. Okay, I'm gonna report what I just saw for the TOs because this was Okay, okay, I'm gonna wait a little bit so they can sort it out. I'm just gonna mute myself for a moment. Don't worry, I will remember to unmute, but yeah. Okay, we're back, and let's see. I I honestly don't know who had the trashiest net. I honestly don't know because I think the team that was yeah. But here's the thing. According to the rules of DC, it's just said that if the host DCs, the match should restart, which mean but they have to change the host, which means I can like do a lot of loops with the rules, and because of the DC, Team NeoBR has another chance of winning the second game. Like, I'm not gonna judge the rules are being bad or not, but it is another chance for Team NeoBR to win the second game and maybe push the match to round 3. While the TOs are sorting that out, I'm gonna go look at the... What the hell? Huh? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing, I think. Oh yeah, look at the Rainmaker, the Clan Boots one, not the Rainmaker. Okay, so let's go back. Yeah, okay, so it was sorted out that the result's gonna be 2-0 for Splatocalypse. We're now gonna go for round 5, Queen versus Entropical. viewers. Damn. Let's see what are the teams for both, and let's see if I have them added. I found Union, my DLW. Okay. Let's refresh the room. I don't think I did. I'm gonna pull out a sneaky. Let's have a look here. So this is Platocalypse, and this is Queen. So Jack. Yep. Okay. Wait, what? Oh. Ones. Oh, okay. Oh, no, wrong. Okay, we're gonna go for round 5 as soon as I can get to ones. The Octoling with blue hair. I don't care for the password. It's and I'm the last one. Good. That doesn't matter. Okay. Rainmaker Starfish Stage. Interesting map because the pop, although it's always important, the fact that we need a look on the teams if they're gonna flank or not, especially through the crates on both left and right. Now, I do not know exactly what's gonna come from in Tropical, which is the red team, sorry, the alpha team, but I do understand what's gonna come from S-Queen from the Bravo team. They're gonna try most likely replicate the matches we saw on Moray Towers and Skipper Pavilion with the most likely Blob, I believe Clapos, Clash Blaster, and other weapons of such. I honestly don't remember because like it's been a lot of matches and I'm not probably mixing them up. Oh, I think I do remember the 52 gal, the Kansas 52 gal coming from them, but I'm not quite sure. After this is gonna be Kelp Dome Rainmaker and Wally Warehouse. Interesting comp. Interesting comp. Now we're seeing a Rain Junior right now. These are the comps they're running. Double Bound Junior, expected maybe not those big bubbles. Double ability on the carbon.
Okay, I'll let it pass. Now we already see more people from S3 basically waiting over the drop and trying to stop any push coming from a little bit hard. No one just yet goes down. It does go down. Now it looks like a push for sure from a tropical. From the low, in front of us you can see the flashes trying their best, but unfortunately and there goes another splash from Magiel, but the blob is not close enough to get the splat of the Rainmaker. It's gonna be GG's for the first game. Just as right now, Little Shadow is streaming Pokemon trading card according to my phone making noises. Streaming Pokemon trading card game online. For round 2, we're having also not one of most people's favorite, but I don't like it specifically in zones because it's one of the biggest zones of all time, but Rainmaker here is also not one of most people's favorite. The fact that most people can just walk over the crates on the right side or left depending on your point of view to get, I believe, also up to 50 points, 55 is not is very cheesable. But if your team is good, well coordinated, you can overcome that cheese and still enjoy the map, even though it's not one of the most popular ones. I'm not gonna say the Kelp Dome on Splat 2 is better than the Kelp Dome on Splat 1, but it's something. I don't think it's worthy to mention which one is better because those games are a lot of different in a lot of different ways. Game 2, round 5, Kelp Dome Rainmaker. We see kind of the same comp coming from in Tropical, a little bit different comp coming from S Queen. I believe we're now seeing the Flinza Roller and the CDS. No, the Flinza was already there. We didn't see the flank from the CDS. It's a 2v1 right now. Unfortunately, the splat bomb coming from the Capo finishes them off and 2 down from Tropical. The Carbon is the one on the left alive, but unfortunately the Capo misses the shot and seems to be the first 50 points are gonna go to Tropical that already crossed and fell off the crate from the left side. Now pushing in from the right side is gonna be the Rainmaker. With most of the Tropical teams just sharking over the Junior goes down and also goes everyone except for the Rainmaker. It's a wipe over mid top pick. I'm gonna say a little bit surprised coming from S Queen, but nice 56 points nevertheless. Tropical trying to push in from the left side. 2 go down. They have a little bit of advantage over pushing right garden. They are about to get the lead here. They do so. The brush makes the path for the Rainmaker to finish. The Kipper is just shooting randomly to stop the Rainmaker's fast ticket, and it's gonna be GG's for Entropical. I am going to say, I do understand that I'm not gonna say otherwise. The beginning of the game was on the hands of S Queen,
mostly because of control of top mid they had at the very beginning. But at the end, they lost coordination and got wiped by Entropical, and then lost the lead, lost the game, and etc. etc. They had an opportunity to get a little bit more points coming from crates, but that was about it. Now let's see, for the next round is going to be Splatocalypse versus Small Fry. Luckily enough, I have them added. Also, this is a furry, just saying. Let's have a look. I think we're just waiting for Small Fry to finish off their match, but the other team is just waiting. So Splatocalypse versus Small Fry. Oh yeah. Okay. Uh? Wait. Stop. We have some technical difficulties right now. Um. Oh. Oh, crud. Okay. Yeah. Uh. Okay. This is gonna be a while because according to this, Small Fry didn't finish round 4 because their opponents didn't show up. So we are just standing by. I'm gonna leave you guys with the music that I have set up on stream. I'll be right back while we. Okay, it has been sorted out. Their opponents they lost their round, so Small Fry got the W, and we're gonna continue with the next round, which is gonna be Small Fry versus Splatocalypse. And I believe that, according to what we saw from my stream when we saw the last match against Team Neo, BR Splatocalypse versus Team Neo R, it was noticeable that one of their players disconnected because of the high amount of lag and they cannot continue anymore. So we are now gonna be going for round 6. Muscle Forge, Fitness, and Schallendorf. I'm just updating the maps so they don't put the wrong one, and they appear to have done so. And now to round 6, match number 1, Small Fry versus Splatocalypse. We have seen both teams to play quite well already. A little bit of small mistakes here and there. Let's see what both of them have stored for us. Now this is an interesting app because this is only 2 possible paths you can actually make, although there is kind of like an alternative for the first one, which is going from the crates and then going right side for the long path, which is safer. But if possible, going through the zip line is also an alternative, but also it depends on the right elements for it to work out. With a lot of ink from Small Fry and the Octobrush still from Splatocalypse, we're beginning the match right now. The pop goes to Splatocalypse. They try to pick up and getting the first points as much as they can. The junior from Small Fry gets already a good splat, and it gets stuck in enemy ink and gets splatted by the hero. Nevertheless, 57 points is not even a decisive lead, so Small Fry can still recover from that and get a good amount of points. The roller trying to get a flank over their base, but unfortunately gets stopped by 3 Inklings and Octolings waiting for it to spawn. It gets a trade with the Octobrush, but the Slushy Machine and the hero are just waiting underneath, and the Rainmaker doesn't get the lead just yet. The junior gets a nice splat, but unfortunately he's gonna get splatted from behind from 2, the Octobrush and the Slushy Machine. The blob trying to pressure, but it's gonna get picked by the hammer, and Splatocalypse has now control of mid and the lead. Nice throw a hammer, even though he missed, it was a good amount of pressure pushing it away. The Octobrush gets the junior. It's time for another push from Splatocalypse. The roller tries to intercept the Rainmaker. It's gonna be a 1v1 between the Rainmaker, and it's gonna go down for Small Fry. It's still not a noticeable lead, but it is very dangerous because Small Fry cannot afford losing more points, given that they still have to recover a lot. The Slushy Machine goes down at 2v1, and now trying to pop the Rainmaker with the N-Zap. The Octobrush didn't get splatted in mid just yet. There was a little bit of a hard 2v1 happening, but it leaves the Rainmaker exposed while the hero tries to get the splat with the Burst Bomb, but the Slushy Machine finishes the job quite nicely. We can't...
fuck's sake. This is so annoying that he keeps doing this. Anyway, he ends up in the slushy on a 1v1. The slushy with the high ground takes it down. It's still a very noticeable lead. Not a noticeable lead enough from a small fry with the slushy machine getting a flag. At least you guys can rewatch that I remember to do so. I need a bell. Always a good. Small fry manages to get a double, stopping the Rainmaker from getting any more points. 1 minute and 40 seconds is still a very it's just enough time to get even more lead from both teams. So this game is not over yet. It can be decided still. Yeah, I do this. The roller misses the flick, but the Junior is the only one alive, which makes it easy target for the Fluffinator, but unfortunately the Rainmaker is being pushed backwards, which makes Squatocalypse's job much easier for starting in next push and getting even more of a lead closer to the totem. The Junior is the only one stopping itself to the platform, but is 16 points away from the totem. It's not looking good for Small Fry. They don't seem to be able to coordinate and getting stopped by the flanks that are happening. Even behind the Rainmaker right now, trying to be off the burst for the flank. And it's gonna cost Small Fry the game. Only the Blob is basically 3v1 offering his foot in the mid, and it goes down quite easily. The Rainmaker is just basically now stuck on the left side. Small Fry doesn't seem to be able to push the Rainmaker away from that and even beyond mid. Two down, and also is Small Fry. It is gonna be a hammer. Nope, the hammer gets cancelled, but still it's only the Junior with the Rainmaker. The Blob is pushing in. The Rainmaker shots are going behind the shooters and not where they were. And that's gonna be GG games for Splatocalypse 1-0. I do need that. I do need that. With 2 buckets, Splatocalypse takes the first game. I'm gonna put a bell over my PC, so I'm actually just gonna put a red flag. Next map is gonna be Schellendorf Rainmaker. Oh, for crying out loud, what now? We're waiting for the person to come back, and we'll be with you just shortly. I'm not gonna change anything else. Question, what does this setting do? When? And the person is back. We can continue quite easily. I'd like to thank Vice, FX, and Jane Gaba and Kali for roasting me in chat for the thing. I still need to improve on that. I appreciate very much. It was a necessary roast. Shadow Earth Institute, technically one also not enjoyable by the community because of the glass, but still, not the worst match for the Rainmaker in my opinion. Coming in with a lot of pace from the Small Fry and a lot of aggression from the Chocolates, they take the first splash over the end zap approaching the Rainmaker. Keito has the amount of turf to start pushing the Rainmaker. Is now 3% out. The roller's just behind, and the Rainmaker can just easily get close to the stairs and get a nice lead, and it's gonna be it. GG.
That was fast.
How long did that match take? Is it worthy of a clip? Like, is it fitting 30 seconds or something? This is gonna be 2-0 for Small Fry. And, sorry, Splatocalypse, 2-0 for Splatocalypse. We're just now joining the next one because basically for effects, the other team is already ready for us. Round 7, I believe. Wow, not everyone's here, but still. Yeah, so we're fighting Entropical versus Bootleg. According to my stats from watching the channel results and from changing it back to the TV stream, because I need to do that only to improve myself, so avoiding it will only make it worse. We have Bootleg right now with fighting Entropical, and if Bootleg wins, they won all their matches in the round, so I believe they'll go to the final. But unfortunately, I do not believe that I'll be streaming the final, so this will be the last match. The last round I'm gonna be streaming. I'm looking at the results. All the matches were 2-0 except for one, which was Entropical versus Splatocalypse. No, Splatocalypse versus Ice Queen was also a 2-1. But apart from that, everything was 2-0. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about the maps. So we have Air Mall, as seen above. Pushes usually come from straight from mid, and sometimes from right or left. They do usually a little bit. Sometimes the first choice of a team pushing from left from sneaky, because of how secure that region can be. But usually pushing from mid guarantees the easier amount of points, and if you manage to touch the ramp before the last wall, you get mostly the win. It's very hard to KO, but usually the results are on that point. These are the comps. We see a lot of turf from both teams, and a lot of aggression as well for Rainmaker. The pop goes for Flex, the pop goes for Entropical, with them already sharking in mid. The NZ gets picked by the L3, and the L3 is now trying to be a little bit more aggressive and trying to get Entropical, and it does successfully against the Squeezer. L3 survives the Rainmaker cross, flings above, but also goes down to the L3, and the Rainmaker, the Stingray is just doing its job at like this. Unfortunately, most of the people are coming from top left, except for the Squeezer that is deciding to go to now their left right side of the right. Everyone goes out except for the Rainmaker, the Heavy, The bubbles makes it easier to drop, but now it's a 3v1 with the Rainmaker, and the Rainmaker gets one, but unfortunately goes down to a teamwork between the Squeezer and the Unwrap. The Capo is watching the Rainmaker. It gets the pick with the help of the heavy beneath. The Capo is now watching the sneaky, possibly someone trying to come in. With the Flanger just below on mid. Lina fighting the Squeezer over the left side. It is being applied all pressure and it can't do much and the Capo gets picked by the Flanger, but the roller just takes it back. The N-Zap got a little bit stuck over here and gets easily picked by the L3, which had the higher ground and the first advantage. And now goes the L3 trying to pick on the Squeezer. It almost gets splattered by the splat bomb, but it survives that. And here comes another pick from the L3, and it's now 3 down, only the N-Zap in front of the L3. Leave that above so they don't bother the Rainmaker. It's coming from left with the Flames are applying a lot of pressure. And here comes the Hammer trying to pick on the Rainmaker, but it gets cancelled by the roller. The Rainmaker's having trouble climbing up. He survives the suction bomb, but now has to avoid the bubble. Flames is above, throwing as much suction bomb as possible. The Rainmaker has 6 seconds before they explode, but the N-Zap just finishes off the double. Only the Capo from Bootleg surviving the combat. And now going down, trading with the Squeeze. 22 is not necessarily the victory because Entropical can still get closer to the ramp and get the victory. The Stingray doesn't seem to be able to fix, but it did shred the comp a little bit, which makes them all together in this one different spot, vulnerable for both the roller and the L3 climbing on the left side. Now with the things below and the air that above, it's not clear that the Stingray would survive that. And now it's just people coming out from spawn with the Rainmaker in between. Okay, gets the pick, gets another one. It's just 2 below on the top of the spawn. They're gonna climb the ramp. They go successfully. 20 points is the maximum they could have pushed, so Entropical can easily get the lead still. Because 19 is still a doable push over the ramp, but Lina decides to negate the hammer, and down goes the push with only the Capo and the L3 from Bootleg alive. Lina sharking on their sneaky. Here comes the Flames are trying to get control over the high ground, but it fails. Here comes the Squish trying to get the pick on Lina, but Lina loses that 1v1. The Squish is trying to get the Rainmaker for scoring a little bit more points. If only the roller in mid trying to stop the Rainmaker and survive, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. They're coming in from left. All they have to do is climb the wall to get the 19 points, but they get denied with 28 points. Nice attempt. The bubbles don't actually get a good pick, but now it seems that Bootleg has the advantage and will be able to deny any pushes coming from Entropical. Having jumping back to save the Ray and easily use it in case they pop the shield. Stingray is being used mostly to get the lead, but now it's GG's for Bootleg. It was kind of a close call for Entropical to get the lead over there, but Bootleg manages to stop successfully, and that is gonna be the first game of the last round. We're going now for Piranha Pit. Not bad of a map, I'll say. It's quite of a just going forward and getting the picks necessary, but apart from that, it's not a bad map. Not much difference overcome from both matches. Here they come. On to the game. Now, one of the things that is important is that there are points below the Rainmaker where you can still survive the pop, which is quite interesting to see. This is shown mostly on this map and on Snapper Canal. But unfortunately, for bootleg, they're going to have to fall back a little bit given the amount of kick they lost. But the Stingray is going to be just enough to take control of mid and getting the Squeezer to back off a little bit while the Capo couldn't finish the job. With the pop from the Capo, with the Splat Bomb, here comes the Booyah Bomb trying to stop anyone coming from behind the Rainmaker. But the Capo misses the Booyah and it's just someone behind the Rainmaker which is going to get Daniel with his blade. Flush manages to trade with the Rainmaker for 35 points. It's still necessary at the end of the game. On this map, even if you get to 1, you can still win the game quite, not quite easily, but much better than other maps. Come the bubble with the hammer combo. The Squeezer gets the pick over the roller, and the lag spike does also join us for the last round as well, but I don't believe we're going to see both teams DC. Nico Ray trying to stop the push. Everyone goes down except for the N-Zap, which also goes down with the help of the Ray and Wayne, their teammates. They're trying to control mid. They're watching Solo working flame and pick up the Rainmaker without them noticing. The Splush is avoiding the heavy, quite nice, but they only managed to trade at the end of the day. It's only the N-Zap now. It's a wide for bootleg, a perfect time to push. The Squeezer is just respawning with the roller making a pass. Using the splashdown to survive the bomb being thrown. The Splush manages to get to stop the Rainmaker only at 27 points. The hammer misses the L3, which pushes Ronaldinho, avoiding the hammer. That was a very nice dodge from the L3. The Stingray coming from the heavy. He's trying to pick as much as he can and get the Rainmaker pick, but it's being very tricky while the L3 is being pushed away. But the Splush for Lina just say no and easily gets the pick inside to stop the aggression coming from Tropical. Lina pressuring out the Rainmaker, which is now being surrounded by the enemy and no much turf to survive. Lina gets a pick over the N-Zap with first bomb, and now he's gonna get the Rainmaker quite easily, given the amount of turf that the Rainmaker had to survive with, almost 4%. The Rainmaker trying to get a pick from behind. Lina doesn't manage to hit the shots to get the pick on the Rainmaker, and the hammer gets shoot from bootleg. Push now 1-2 the roller wins quite easily, but the Flingza finishes off, and now is a chance for Tropical to get more and more points, but I believe the Heavy that got the pick decided to say no. Heavy cancelling the bubbles from the Squeezer. Now it's only the Splush coming in mid. Nice pick from the Heavy Daniel here. Nice pick from the L3, but the Heavy is very aware that the L3 is weak, so he tries to get the Flingza away from it, and that's what I call teamwork. With 1 minute remaining, they pick up the Rainmaker trying to push it away from their spawn, so it's in a better position, so they don't get easily lose the lead. So Heavy has to jump out. Lina unfortunately gets into a 2v1. It gets a trade with the N-Zap, but the Splush was there to finish the job. And it's now only the Splush trying to stop the Rainmaker. They do manage to do so, but the splashdown cancels the bubble effect and managed to stop the hammer and easily secure a position for the Rainmaker to be, with the roller finishing off with the Squeezer, I believe. The Rainmaker is now back in mid. It needs to be popped and picked by the enemy team in order to guarantee overtime. Otherwise, it is going to be GG. If a last miss is coming from the Flames, it's not gonna be enough, and it is gonna be end of game. GG's to Bootleg. They probably advanced to the next round since they didn't lose any match.
This is it. Thanks everyone that has watched the stream. It's been a pleasure uh, hosting this tournament. I appreciate all of you that were here to have fun. Unfortunately, I'm not scheduled to stream the finals, so I will be signing off today. Thank you everyone for watching, and I would like to maybe league with someone if possible, because I mean, actually, I'm just gonna play TC. Bye everyone. Thanks everyone for watching. See you next tournament. I hope next time I don't screw it up, because I still think yesterday I didn't screw it up, but today I did. So thanks everyone.